Hey, it's Huck. And today, I finally got around to seeing this pulmonary specialist to help me figure out, what's been going on causing all these breathing problems that I've had that has kept me out of work for the entire month of February. That's right. As of tomorrow, February 28th, I will officially been unable to work every single day of this month. And as I've explained before, normally when I've had breathing difficulties, it's cleared up after a few days and I'm able to go back to work. Maybe I missed 2 days or 4 days, but eventually I can go back and I'm feeling a little bit better until the next bout comes up. And I've had real problems, really going all the way back to September of last year when I was hospitalized with this, of just getting through a full 2 weeks. I mean, that's always been my goal, is to try to get through 2 full weeks so I get a full paycheck. And frankly, I think there's only been maybe 2 or 3 times since September I've managed to do that. At no time since Christmas have I worked an entire 2-week pay period without missing at least, a couple of days. For some reason, though, I'm not recovering. I'll feel pretty good one day and thinking I'm, on my way back, and then the next day I'm full-blown terrible again. And this has just been going on all month. I keep telling my doctor, well, I feel pretty good today. Schedule me to go back tomorrow. They notify HR at work. They think I'm coming back. The next day, I try to go to work. I can't walk even a half a block toward the building where I have to work, which is 3 blocks from where I park. And I end up taking the day off. I am scheduled to go back to work Monday, which would be the first day of a new pay period. But the fact is, I have missed 2 complete pay periods altogether. And the pay period prior to that, we're going back 6 weeks now, I actually, after taxes and after health insurance, I actually only brought home $26. So that's the amount of money I've earned from work over the last 6 weeks. At any rate, thanks to the incredible sacrifice and kindness of one of you folks out there, I did manage to make my house payment this month, along with my car insurance and my phone bill for the month of February. So while I haven't paid my gas bill, now I owe 2 months gas and owe 2 months electric and water and sewage. And there's 1 or 2 other bills I've had to let go. I haven't had internet for a while. The fact is, thanks to someone out there, I have managed to at least make, stay current on my, my house payment, and kept my car insurance going, and, my phone, which is kind of a necessity for me for a number of reasons, is to call my doctors and pharmacy, make sure that I can get a hold of my neighbors when I need help. At any rate, so I guess everything's going to start coming crashing down here on March 6th. Now, that's because that's the next scheduled payday. Of course, I'm going to get $0 that day, because that pay period ends actually officially Sunday. And I will have worked, like I say, 0 days during this pay period. But March 6th was the day I told all my creditors that I would finally be able to pay something. I may be 2 months behind, but I'll pay 1 payment. Thinking when I told them that, and when I filled out the paperwork for that, I'd be back to work this pay period. And of course, that didn't transpire. Now, there's 2 ways to look at that. And, rather than to predict some kind of doomsday scenario, I prefer to look at it as a challenge. Testing my communicative skills to bail me out of this situation. And hopefully I'll be able to buy myself a little bit more time. We'll see what happens. Meantime, my lung doctor looked at this whole litany of ongoing issues I've had with my breathing, really going back over the whole past year or more. And he decided to throw in the heavy artillery against this problem. Along with my, nebulizer treatments that I take 4 times daily. And of course my, my Symbicort puffs that I take twice in the morning and twice in the night. I guess there's different levels. They've got me on the highest level, 160 milligrams or whatever. 4 puffs a day, 2 in the morning, 2 at night. Along with those treatments, now my doctor had me on some kind of prednisone, which they don't want to keep you on for too long. But it seems like every 2 or 3 weeks I end up going back to the doctor, and he, I've gone through that prescription, he just puts me on it again. Something to do with all the wheezing and everything. Apparently the prednisone kind of reduces inflammation, makes it supposedly a little easier to breathe. But as soon as they take me off, they put me back on. So this doctor decided to supplement, instead of the regular prednisone, something a little, similar, something called Delaresp. He gave me some free samples, carried me through for a couple of weeks to see whether or not these are effective or not before he actually prescribes them. He also prescribed a new puffer, something in addition to the Symbicort, something called Tudorza Press Air. Aclidinium bromide inhalation powder, 400 micrograms per actuation. Anyway, so I'm going to take this for a month, once a day, I think. I'll have to check. And in addition to those medications, Dr. Scribe-a-Lot has ordered me 6, count them 6, prescriptions that I'll need to pick up at the local pharmacy, provided I have enough copay dollars in hand to actually get them out. Now my copay with my insurance varies. For some medications it's like $18. For others, like the Symbicort, it's like $35. There's some that are even more than that. So I haven't really found out what all these are going to cost. I do know this, it's going to be a little while before I'm going to be able to get probably any of them out, because I mean, let's face it, there's a reason why I've been eating nothing but peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, ramen noodles, and tomato soup for pretty much the last week. And it's because there's no money. There's just no money. So anything I have to pay the pharmacy at this point, is out of the question. Now, I have reserved $30 that is in the bank that I have not spent. And the reason for that is simple. I'm going to need gas money to get back and forth to work once I start going to work. And I'm knowing that I'm not going to get a paycheck for several weeks. Really, I think my next scheduled paycheck that I anticipate getting a real pay is going to be March 20th. I need to have enough gas in my car to get me through. Now, it's about 7 miles, 8 miles to work and back. 7 miles there, 7 miles back. I figure if I limit my driving, which I have been, $30 would probably get me hopefully through. Now, I had planned to make a video sooner than this. And in fact, I had attempted to do so on at least 4 or 5 occasions. But none of those really worked out, mainly because my breathing and even my ability on some days to just manage to speak. Let's face it, I was just all fucked up. In fact, here's just a few clips from some of those attempts I made. So, I figure if I'm well enough to go to work tomorrow, I better be well enough to knock the snow off my satellite dish. And we're walking through about, I don't know, it's almost a foot of snow here. Some icicles. Hey, it's Huck. I've got my dog here. I don't know if you can see her. She's right here. Hey, Gigi, say hi. Yeah, I have been off work now. This will be my 4th week in a row. And this is the first warm day we've had in a while. I don't know if you can tell, but if I talk for too long, I'll lose my voice. It's a little scratchy, maybe you can tell. I don't know what's causing that. Okay, I'll be back. I'll be back. You stay there. Hey, it's Huck. And hey, it's Huck. And I'm going to try to condense a whole lot of... So, that said, I'm taking advantage of these last few days off to post this video, to update you. And I plan to post 2. That's right. 2 videos on my political channel. Now, one is going to be, I think, on this whole Bill O'Reilly controversy. And the other I'm thinking of doing is something I've wanted to do really a video about for a long time, but it's just such a complex issue. But I'd like to do a video about this whole war on terror. And in particular, this fight that we have now against this new rise of Sunni fundamentalist extremists, around the world, particularly in Syria and Iraq. So I hope you'll look for those. The first of them should be posted later today, I hope. Anyway, I just wanted to update my situation since I had promised something sooner than this. For that someone out there who has helped me through this, I really, you know who you are, I can't thank you enough. For those of you who sent kind thoughts or otherwise, wish you were in a position to help me, believe me, I understand completely. And I thank you as well. All this time off has allowed me to watch a whole lot more television than I usually do. And one of those shows I've recently become addicted to for some reason or another has been The Ellen Show on weekday afternoons. I think around here it comes on at like 5 p.m. And probably what I enjoy the most about that show is all of the random acts of kindness and generosity that she so often highlights on the show. Now, I can't match her generosity, but I can take to heart something that she says at the close of nearly every show, and I want to share that with you. Be kind. Be kind to someone close to you. Be kind to someone at work. Be kind to some stranger. Be kind to everyone. An awful lot of the world's problems, I think, would suddenly disappear if more of us would heed those simple words. And it starts with me and with you. Be kind, everyone. Thanks for watching. I'll see you real soon.